Mark habitually counted the money the seller handed him. Once he confirmed the amount, he passed a set of car keys to the buyer. The items the seller wanted were in the car by the entrance. Suddenly, without realizing it, Mark coughed up a pool of fresh blood and collapsed to the ground, losing consciousness. The seller wrapped the keys in a towel because he knew full well that he had laced the bills with poison. Mark, after counting the money, had reflexively touched his nose, leading to his poisoning and demise. The seller doused Mark's body in gasoline and set it ablaze, destroying the evidence. Following the clues, the seller found the small car. Inside was a box, unbeknownst to him, filled with dangerous items. The seller tied a small red string to the box and dragged it behind him to the airport, plotting his scheme to transfer the hazardous materials while facing tight security checks. Getting past the security officers became the main problem. They hacked into the airport's surveillance system to locate the security personnel and used the system to find their personal information. An accomplice posed as a tourist to distract the security while handing them a pair of earphones, claiming they weren't his. Ethan took the earphones to the lost and found. As he turned around, a text message arrived on his phone, posing as a friend asking him to put on the earphones. The moment Ethan did, a threatening voice came through. Another terrorist had barged into Ethan's home, using his family's lives as leverage for this operation. The terrorist's demand was simple: let their luggage through, and his family would remain unharmed. But Ethan understood the gravity of the situation. While casually chatting with the terrorist to keep him calm, Ethan discreetly dialed 911. However, the terrorist was watching Ethan through a computer screen and easily saw through his ploy. The terrorist's accomplice quickly found a pay stub belonging to Ethan's girlfriend at his house, revealing her pregnancy. After Ethan called 911, the terrorist immediately said his girlfriend's name and hung up after a threatening message. Under duress, Ethan locked his phone in a drawer. Seeing all his plans exposed, Ethan edited his conversation into a text message and sent it to the police. But this seemingly inconspicuous action was still noticed by the terrorist on the computer, and Ethan immediately canceled the message. It was then that Ethan realized he was being watched, with the camera monitoring him right behind. The terrorist killed one of Ethan's colleagues. An unprecedented fear instantly surged through Ethan. The assassin sat directly across from Ethan, threatening that innocent people would lose their lives otherwise. Just as Ethan was at a loss, he was about to be relieved from his post, giving him a moment of glee. But upon learning this, the terrorist demanded Ethan immediately take back his position, or his pregnant girlfriend would face peril. At that moment, Ethan noticed his colleague Kate leisurely sipping coffee. A plan quickly formed in his mind. He snuck into the convenience store, grabbed 2 bottles of vodka, and mixed them into the coffee cup. Ethan approached Kate, told her she had forgotten something, and swapped the coffees. The terrorist watching the computer screen saw this and gave Ethan an assist, reporting Kate for drinking on the job to her superior. Ethan was reassigned to his post. A terrorist wearing a red hat arrived and placed his suitcase on the security belt, triggering the alarm. Ethan broke out in a cold sweat. The terrorist took the box and walked away. Ethan wanted to stop him but was warned by the voice in the earphones. He had no choice but to let it pass. Ethan glanced at the terrorist's boarding pass, committing his name to memory. Suddenly, a group of investigators rushed into the hall, shutting down security and taking passengers away for questioning.